Fix yourself. Fix yourself. Come on. You're gonna go slow if you just do that. Come on, walk regular. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Still walking around.
Mommy, mommy. I like my.
All right, stop.
I like it.
All right, walk. Keep walking. That's, you know, it's sticky out here. It's sticky out here. He likes to. Nope, that's not yours. I just said something.
Oh, yeah.
What you gonna do? Write your name? Write your name. Let me see you write your name. Go ahead. You wrote J. Go ahead.
Hey, you can play one more truck. You can play one more truck. Hey, you want to play soccer? Do you know how to play soccer?
Not good.
You have to stretch your legs and that's
Yeah, stretch your legs and kick, right?
Yeah, and then kick like bow.
Yeah, to each other, right? Back and forth.
You know, if there's a goal, look, pretend there's a goal. Give me. Can I be it? Yeah, I have to go like this. Kick your leg like that.
Yeah, and kick it into the goal, right?
Yeah.
You like soccer?
Yeah, I like it. I'm good at it.
You good at it?
Yeah, I'm strong.
Cool.
And she's taller than me.
Yeah. No, you're taller than her.
No, I'm. Oh.
Yeah.
You let your legs swing like that. Let your legs swing like this.
Yep. And the other person does like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, do this.
Cool. That's not yours though. All right. Say thank you for letting me play. Let's keep going to the other one. Put it there.
I didn't go draw.
No, we're gonna go to the other one. Come on.
I didn't go draw. I didn't go draw. My friend.
All right. So draw. Let me see you draw something.
Blue.
What are you gonna draw?
Red. Red.
What's that? Don't get it on your pants though. Don't get it on your shorts. Cause chalk is gonna be all over your shorts. Don't take them all out. Just draw something. Draw something. Draw your name. Look, do J.
How about we just say red, orange, yellow?
Red, orange, and yellow. All right. Go ahead. Draw something.
Yeah, but I didn't draw a big.
All right. Come on. Draw something. Let me see you draw something.
But I will draw my friend.
It's a night at the park. Summertime. Kids are still out. All right. Let's go to the other one. Let's go. Leave the chalk there. Please double tap the screen, everybody. Hello. This is part 2. I was in the other park earlier. There was a little girl bossing people around. And we came to a different park. But then my son wanted to go back to that park. I don't know. And I did take some psychology classes and stuff, and not saying that I'm a psychiatrist or a therapist or anything like that, but you can just tell when something is not right. And, you know, I try to teach my kids, you know, to play with everybody and not to be rude and, you know, things like that. And sometimes you're just gonna bump into people that are the opposite, and
We did it.
you know, have to learn how to deal with it the right way without being rude and stuff like that. But it's the thing, I was just letting my son play and let him be, but every time, because I was also walking around like walking around the playground area where he was at, because I am trying to get my steps in. But every time I happen to go around to where he is, she was like picking at him, you know? And he's only 5 years old and she's like 10 years old. Like, yes. You're gonna share? Go ahead, share.
Yes. This one is yours.
She could pick whatever one. She could pick whatever one she wants. All right, good job, guys. Good job. Go ahead, you both draw. Very good, nice. Go ahead, Jackson, draw. Go ahead, move over a little bit. Oh, what are you drawing?
Drawing my duck.
What are you drawing?
The duck.
A duck? Cool. All right, that's cool. Hey, everybody, welcome in. You know, art is what you see. Everybody sees something different. So he saw a duck. He must be very artistic. So the little girl kept picking at my son, and I wouldn't say nothing, you know, because kids are gonna be kids. But then I'm walking around, and I guess she got hurt or something. So her mother or grandmother put her on a timeout. Her mom put her on a timeout. So I'm just doing my rounds, walking around like in circles, trying to get my steps in while my son is playing. And you know, I could tell she's the mischievous type and the type that likes to gaslight people. And that's very scary for somebody at 10 years old already doing that. So when I'm walking around them, the bench that they were at, all of a sudden I hear her telling her the story, because when I first got there the first time earlier in we first came to the park, I told her, you know, I said, you can't tell him not to play here because this is a public park, which is true. You know, I told her she's not the boss of anybody and she needs to just let the kids play. You know, it's a park. And so whatever. So we go back to the same park. I go around, and then while she's on timeout next to her grandmother, she starts telling her, like, oh, there was this lady with the little boy with the white shirt. Like I wasn't passing right by them. Like she thought that I was gonna be like scared. She's only 10 years old. Like, what is that? And then she's looking at me because the mom doesn't know that it was me. So the little girl is looking at me in my eyes with like a smirk while she's telling the story. So I'm waiting to hear what her mom's saying. And then her mom is like, you know, that's not your business or whatever. You just let the little boy, you know, you just be careful and let him play. So I'm like, all right. And I keep walking. Then when I come back around, my son happened to run to them. And then she's like, oh, get away from me. I don't want your mom to be mean to me. Like, what? So I grab my son and I walk away, and I take him back to the playground. And then, so he's playing with the other kids that are there while she's still on, you know, she was on timeout. So she was with her mom, whatever. So he was just playing with the other kids, and they were playing just fine. And as soon as she comes out of timeout, I hear her screaming, telling the other little kids, can you guys tell this little boy to get out the way and whatever? And I'm like, I had to tell her, like, what is it with him that you're trying to bully him? I'm like, if he's in the way or anything like that, you have to come to his mom, not, you know, tell anybody else to tell him, you know, to get out the way or whatever. That's what I'm here for. And then that's when her grandmother comes over and we start talking, and I'm like, you have to tell her to stop bossing people around. And then that they told her that that to watch the kids and don't let them get hurt. But little do they know that when they're away doing whatever, not watching her, I'm the one that's there listening to everything and how she's treating these kids. She's bossing of them around, cursing at them. And the little girl is only 10 years old. Like, what? And then no offense to religion or whatever, but the mom is Christian and stuff. And she came up and when we're talking, she's like, well, we Christians teach them a certain way. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm like, and we are people also besides the religion. Why do we have to bring religion into it? I'm like, my mom and my grandmother are very religious as well. And we teach our kids the right way, that another kid doesn't tell the other kid or try to boss them around. If my son is doing something wrong, to come to tell his mom, not to tell him herself or to tell another little kid to tell him. Like, come on, what is wrong with these people? And like, I really, I'm scared for that little girl, because I see like a lot, and I'm like, I don't know, you shouldn't be letting her gaslight you, because then the little girl, like I told you before, she was doing the smirking and the everything behind her mom's back to my face. So I already knew, how she was acting. And I come to this park almost every day, and so do they. So I'm usually on one bench just paying attention to all the kids, while the grandma is like not even watching the kids. So I'm basically noticing everything that these kids do, and she's always been like that. And I always said, I hope she doesn't start nothing with my son. I understand that kids are kids, but certain behaviors, you have to nip that in the butt now while they're young, because they're going to grow up and do the wrong thing to the right person. Yeah, that's right. Do the wrong thing to the right person. And, it's going to be something else. And then I'm like, my son keeps on, he's innocent. He's only 5 years old. He's not even knowing what we're talking about. He's still playing, So I'm telling him that let's go. We'll come back when she's not around. But thank God there's another park in this park, so we don't even have to be there. And, it takes a lot of patience, because I understand that kids are kids and things like that, but certain behaviors, you just know is not normal, and they're gonna have problems with her if they don't correct it from now. And then her friend, her guy friend, starts talking to me when the mother went away, and he's like, I know she's bossy, she gets into problems with and I tell her mother that she has to deal with it now before she gets older. But it's like, what do you do in that situation when you're trying to enjoy the park, let kids be kids? To what extent are you supposed to just let them be kids and not interfere? Hey, sister teacher. It's crazy out in these streets, And I'm the type that when I go places, I don't like to feel uncomfortable, I have 3 boys, and all 3 boys grew up coming to this park. Like, I'm not gonna stop coming to the park just because of that. Like, and that, and they're here every day too. Why you took them all out?
Yeah. I took them all out.
Oh, okay.
We need some.
I thought he did. You guys are drawing? What is that? A bird's nest?
No, it's actually the camp.
Hmm?
Campfire.
Oh, a campfire.
Yeah, huh? We're
Cool.
making it. We're pretending to go camping.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I just had to get out of there, you know, because people think just because you dress a certain way or, you know, you talk a certain way that you're not religious or spiritual or whatever. And I really don't like that. When you're talking about something and trying to talk about, you know, how somebody's behaving and they try to bring the religion part into it, I never liked that. Because, like I said, I was born in a religious family. I went to Catholic school from kindergarten to fifth grade, you know? And the only reason I didn't keep going was because it was my mom is a single mother and she couldn't afford it. And we were moving, so we were gonna be away from that school anyway. You know, my grandmother's 95 years old and she goes to church every Sunday without fail. My mother, she might not go to an actual church, but she puts it online every Sunday, like, or every Saturday, whichever day she does. But, you know, what our kids misbehaving has to do with anything like that. Thank you. Hey, mommy money getter. How are you? You know, I had a little incident with another kid's parent in the other park that I usually go to. You know, people are very rude. And like I said, I don't like when you're talking about something and they want to bring up the religion part. Like, what that has to do with what we're talking about right now? About your kid, you know, misbehaving and being bossy to a 5-year-old and, you know, somebody 5 years younger than her. It really pisses me off. It only pisses me off, honestly, because every time I come here, I see her being rude to the other kids. And I'm always telling myself, like, why do they let her do that? And then I'm looking for the other parents, and they're like in their own little world, not realizing this. But since I stay close to Jackson, I notice everything. And every time that girl is in the park, she's, you know, bossing everybody around, cursing at them. Like, that's not cool. You guys watched the video before this to see that I'm not exaggerating. Because when I first got here, she was bossing the other kids around. And you might even hear her cursing. And it's just crazy that they want to let her, a 10-year-old, gaslight them. The parents, like, so they're going to have a lot to deal with in the future. Jackson, and then after, don't do that. After I decided to leave that park, I was gonna come to this, you know, the other side of the park, to the other playground. Jackson met up with some kids, and they're playing with chalk. So he's having fun. You're drawing? He's drawing, guys. Oh, what's that? That's dirt? You guys are making a campfire? They're acting like they're camping. he's so innocent. He didn't even know what was going on. But besides him getting hurt one time when my back was turned, you know, but she was right there next to him. So I don't know if she has some, like today, she had something like on him as soon as he got there. Like, oh my goodness, patience. I don't know, you know. And like I said, I'm always to myself, I don't bother nobody. I don't expect anybody to bother me or my kid. That's all I want. And I'm always respectful to the kids. You know, they don't want to share. I'm telling Jackson, you know what? That's their toy or that's whatever. They don't have to share if they don't want to. Let's go, you know? Because I do not like that. I don't know how people deal with that. And then, like I said, she's here every day, and I'm here almost every day as well. But they're here from morning to night or afternoon to night. All right, that's my song. See, I like that. They pass with the music. Now I feel better because Biggie is the man. How's everybody doing tonight? I don't even want to talk about that anymore. It's over. It is what it is. But stop stepping on that, Jackson. Here, draw. Come on, we're leaving soon.
No.
Yes. I've been out here a lot already. I've been walking and walking. I try to be respectful, you know, because I expect the same thing in return. That's all I ask. And if it's an issue with my child, please come to me. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent, you know. And teach your parent that if somebody else's kid is doing something that's bothering them, to tell you. So, you know, you can, you know, talk to your kid or have a talk with the parent. And that's exactly what I mean, talk. It doesn't have to be, you know, rudeness or whatever. Just a simple talk to find out what's going on, you know. Hear both sides of the story and continue from there, especially their kids, you know. Hopefully she does grow out of it, you know. Because I was, like I said, I was watching them. The other parents weren't watching their kids. So I know that all Jackson was doing was trying to go down the damn slide like he always does. That's it. That's all. But anyway, it just really bothered me and it happened in the moment. So I was walking to the other park and I decided to come live again because maybe somebody has advice. What would you do? If you watch the video before this, you'll see and or hear, because I might not have put the camera to them, but you might have saw or heard what they were doing. Stop, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Look at you. Look at your shoes and look at your pants. You have black on. You could see everything.
I think that my shoes dirty.
Oh, your shoes too. No, but he has black shoes and black pants. See, on your outfit, you can't see the chalk because it's orange.
Oh, help me.
But his pants are black, and right now you can see all the chalk. Lift up your pants. But don't mess them up. Don't break all of them.
When I'm I make it the pizza.
Kids, they're so cute.
I broke the pizza.
They're so cute. And then look, all little girls. So cute little girls. So like I was saying, so maybe somebody has advice. Like, would you have did anything different? Like, I did have a conversation with the mom, but she was another one trying to gaslight me. And I had to tell her that, it was just about their behavior. And, you know, you have to nip it in the butt, especially you could. It's just funny. I wish I would have recorded the whole thing, like even the interaction with them, because you guys would see a freaking 10-year-old um gaslighting basically. Like, it's crazy. She was just fine and giving me a face behind the scenes, but as soon as me and her mom were talking, she was crying, saying that she just didn't want him to get hurt and stuff. It's funny. Funny but not funny. Funny but not funny. But I know some people wouldn't have been as nice. Jackson! Some people wouldn't have been as nice as me and just had a regular talk, you know? Some people would have took it to another level. So that's why you always got to watch your kids. That's why I'm never far and I'm always paying attention whether I'm on live or whatever. You can't just let your kids do whatever. And I'm also the type of parent that I don't let my kids be rude to other people. Like, because then imagine when you are not around, or when, they go to school, or even when they grow up. What are they going to turn into and how are they going to be? You can't let a kid be rude, you know? You have to teach them the right way from young so they can be a good person. And I know not everybody's perfect and everybody's different, but if you see this day after day, it is not okay. And obviously something's wrong. Hi everybody, please double tap the screen. I am done telling my little story. If you have any advice or just have anything to say, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Nope, that's not yours. Hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And Jackson says good night, even though he's not paying attention. What are you doing?
I found my sock. My sock.
That's not your chalk. That's their chalk. Right?
No, that was mine.
Excuse me. Whose chalk is that?
Hey, Jackson.
No, not Jackson's.
Hey.
Yes?
Yeah. That's hello. Hey, give us a top.
Put it down. They're going to write. Put it down. Hello, hello. You see, I keep saying good night. All right, that's it. Come on. That's it, get up. Say thank you for letting me play. Say see you later.
See you later.
Say good night.
Good night. Good night. Bye. Good night. See you later.
All right, come on. No, there's too many big people tonight in that park. We're not going to go there either. Come on. We're going to come back around. In the other park, unfortunately, there's too many big people. So obvious big people, adults. I'm not going to, bring him around that. They're smoking and drinking. So I did make my steps for the day. So I feel good about that. And I'm just gonna go home now. Put him in the bath. Let him give himself a bath. And call it a night. Don't touch me because you have chalk hands. See, you just put chalk on me. Come on. Ugh. Darn chalk. Thank God I don't. Well, I have a black shirt on. You know, chalk, when they play with chalk, it goes on everything, especially when you wear it black. Hope everybody has a great night. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
We are headed home. Have a good night, everybody. Please hit the like button and subscribe. Subscribe. Good night.